Talk a little bit about lead nurturing. Okay, the best way to nurture people is through email. And I know people say, "Oh, I hate email marketing." I get it, but it's almost free. Once you set it up, it works forever and it is effective. If you have the right people on your list, your emails are engaging, and you have a strategy. So have a plan when you embark on email advertising. Here's what I mean by having a plan. You need to have a series of emails built out before you start. I made the mistake of building this big list and I didn't have any emails. It's like, oh, okay, I guess I better build the emails. So I recommend, writing your emails first and then building your list, but whatever. First series of emails. The first one should be a nice welcome email, and then maybe one or two that talk about your story and make sure that your story is relatable and it's not all about you. Remember, it's about your customer, but they want to know who you are. So tell your story and relate it to them and why it's important. You understand their pain, or make sure that your brand is coming across. Are you funny and a little irreverent? Are you very professional? How do you speak? What language do you speak? Send them valuable content in the form of, blog posts or links to blog posts on your website, links to videos on your website. Start with low cost offers to engage them and to get your leads comfortable with basically buying from you. And then after that, you can do weekly posts or videos, but just continue to send them content. I know people who like to do it every day. I know people who send out content several times a week, or you can send it out once a week. I recommend probably no less than once a week. Just something. It doesn't have to be, 1,000-word blog post, but just a touch, a contact. Make it consistent. So build this out. I also recommend that you ask for input from your subscribers. Ask them, what is the number one challenge you face when it comes to, you know, something related to your industry? Or here's something I read the other day. I thought it was really interesting. What do you think? And tell them. They can simply hit reply and the email will come directly to you. And I like to tell, people on my list that, what? I personally respond to every single email within 48 hours unless I'm traveling. And I do. But if you say that, make sure that's true. I responded to someone who said that the other day and eventually got a reply from their virtual assistant. It's like, okay, they weren't being very authentic in their message. But periodically in your emails, ask for input from your subscribers. Speak one to one. Talk to you. Um, do you have this problem? Not like you all, or, don't speak to groups of people. Write as if you're writing to your one perfect customer. Talk to them. That's why I recommend, and I have a picture of Stacey Anderson right next to my computer. So when I'm writing those emails, I'm writing them directly to her. And so make sure you speak one to one to your customers. Subject lines that pop. Think about the emails that you get. Which are the ones that you open? Borrow those, put your own spin on them. But the number one thing is getting people to open your email and then click through. So you want to track this. Yeah, all of your CRMs will allow you to see how many people opened which email, who opened which email, who clicked all the way through, this kind of thing. And then you can even segment your lists based on, who's opening your emails, things like that. Okay, so lead nurturing email, absolutely. Make sure that you add this as one of your top 6 strategies. Okay, getting a little ahead of myself, but we've talked about how webinars are great for nurturing. You've got people on a list, they want to learn more about you. Invite them to a webinar, online summits, free consultations. Um, Invite them to do a discovery call with you, and then you qualify those people, through questioning. But you really, again, it's about them, and if it feels like they are a really good match for what you have to offer, you owe it to them and you owe it to yourself and your business to move them through into more of a sales call and that discovery call. And I think people expect it. And that's why, you're not going to get a tremendous amount of response to free consultations because people know that ultimately you're probably going to try and sell them something, but that's okay. If they're not a good match, you're just going to point them on the way and say, you know what, I'm so glad you called. This was great. Love chatting with you. Feel free to follow up with me at any time. Okay, so you're nurturing those leads. You're helping people get to know you. And obviously, you nurture your people through social media and engagement, all those things too. But these are the top lead nurturing strategies that turn your cold list into basically warm contacts.